this state of Tennessee, county of Hamilton, filing that they did. So I'm going to read it to you first, and then I'm going to pick apart everything. Jessica Jones are occupants to appear before the General Sessions Court of Hamilton County, Tennessee, to be held at the court building at 600 Market Street on July 14th, 2022 at 9 a.m. to answer the claim by plaintiffs for a money judgment for not rent, not damages, attorney fee. Okay? And court costs for the possession of property plaintiff claims the defendant. We're going to skip by and we're going to say defendant initial possession was based on written. The possession has now terminated because of non-payment of rent or pursuant TCA 6628517. Now, the TCA 6628517 is to be a real present danger to the people around you, right? So let's pick this apart. If you go on my YouTube, you can see that I've caught them in multiple lies. They've kicked out families in order to move their biological family in. And their grounds for non-lease renewal was, we're not accepting vouchers from anybody. Yet they renewed Tanasha's lease. Yet they renewed Linda Harvey's lease. And they renewed other people's lease. Aaliyah's mom's lease, which her dad would be Paul, I would assume. And when we brought that up, they got mad. And so we sued them for their unfair treatment. Now, what was it, this weekend or Friday, right? We have Donna on record saying that she's going to punch us in our face. Where's the eviction for her? We have Donna, grandson, setting fire to our trash can about 2 years ago. They never were evicted. We have Jamie Shirley's son through on the premise for that. We have Jamie's son telling people that he 14-year-old children, he owns an AK-47 and showing AK-47s to minor age children. We have Joseph Steep, which we found out his name, trying to attack me in the middle of the street. And his roommate and housemate passing weapons back and forth in the middle of the street. So my question is this. Why are we the only ones getting evicted? You want me to answer that question for you? Well, I'll answer because Jamie Shirley doesn't like us. And Carol actually called CPS on us for not supervising our child, but did not call CPS on Theo, who was setting fire to people's trash cans. So my thing is, if we have all of this on camera, and we reported it to you, why are we the only ones facing eviction for the fear and safety of the property?
Thank you for holding. We appreciate your patience.
Why are we the only ones having to go back and forth to court and fight to not have an eviction on our record when we didn't do anything to anyone other than investigate and find out the truth of the fuck shit that Town Hill residents has been doing? So, yeah. It's not right for us to pay your attorney fees. That's like us saying, okay, you need to pay our moving fee because you wrongfully did messed up stuff to us. Like you're saying that I harassed you when I didn't. I never harassed you at all. I don't even know where you live. But your husband did try to run us over with a car, which we have footage of, which he has a warrant for aggravated assault, and he still has not went to jail because you're harboring a fugitive. You get what I'm saying? So it's okay for when you guys harass us and threaten to punch us in our face and do all of these heinous acts and set people's trash can on fire, cut their AC cords, and do all of this outlandish stuff. There's no eviction here. There's no eviction for these tenants. We have Rick coming to our door, flicking us off, telling us to shove our cameras up our ass, admitting to arson, and still no eviction for the fear and safety of the property or creating hazardous conditions on the premises. And we have proof to back up all of these claims. On Friday, Donna, if you guys don't see, I want to believe it's Friday, said that she was going to punch me in my face. You don't see Town Hill residents down here giving her a 3-day notice to vacate for the fear and safety of the property, though. You get what I'm saying? So when it's a white person breaking the lease, they get to stay. When it's a person of color who hasn't even broken the lease, we gotta fight it in eviction court. So let's really, really sit here and really, really pick apart everything. Everything I say is on camera. As you can see, when we said what we said, dude denied, oh, you're just a nit. And did he or did he not deny that he said that on camera?
Yeah, you did tonight.
But we have him on camera saying it. So he trying to pull a Shaggy. You caught me on camera, it wasn't me. Caught me on the sofa, it wasn't me. So my question is, if they burnt our trash can 2 years ago, and we have the emails that we sent to Carol about them burning our trash can, and it was never an eviction process for the fear and safety of the property. Now we have her on camera threatening to punch me in my face, and Rick and her child telling me to get ready for my funeral, which are clear violations of the lease. And they're still here. You don't see Town Hills, Jamie's car riding down here, putting a 3-day notice in their box for termination or filing for eviction. And I put it on my TikTok and YouTube. Who was jumping? His name is Joseph Steep, I believe. And he was at Jamie Shirley's house over the weekend. So not only are you picking and choosing what tenants have to follow the lease, you're also hanging out with a tenant who's not biologically related to you, who tried to attack another tenant. So we get an eviction through, we have to go fight in court, but the person who attacked us get to have fun and eat crab legs at the property manager's house, which we also have footage of because she uploaded it on TikTok, which is a public platform, along with her and her husband and their house and their license plate numbers and all of that. All of that was public available information that was posted publicly. If you go on Google and you look up Town Hill residents, the address is posted publicly because it is a place of business. Not one time have I went up there, cussed them out, threatened them, or did anything to them. Yet there's other tenants here who actually cuss them out, right or wrong. There's tenants in the neighborhood who have admitted to cussing them out, correct? Mm-hmm. And they're still able to live here. They're still able to live here. Multiple people's rent have went missing, and they tried to charge one of my friends a $79 late fee, which is not in the lease. You cannot charge someone a late fee that is not in the lease. You cannot do that. So, everything that I'm stating here, I have proof of, and you're stating that we are a TCA of 6628517, a real and present danger to the health and safety, but we have multiple videos of complete lease violations between your son, between Joe's, between Donna, between almost everybody on our street, and they have never, ever, ever been given a notice here from the court telling them that they have to appear in court. We're not being evicted because we owe you money. You guys owe us $170 or $133.72 or 32, whatever, $132.92 in overpayment of rent, and you refuse to give us our rent, our overpayment of rent, which is illegal. The ongoing landlord harassment, property manager harassment. So I'm letting it be known. After all of this, I am definitely going to do a class action lawsuit. And I am definitely suing Dan Telemelio, which I believe is the property owner for Pacific Properties. Because when I talked to some people who were in Portland, Oregon, they said that they don't have anything to do with here. But I'm not understanding how you're listed as Pacific Properties and the everything goes back to Portland. So yes, after this, I'm suing. And this time I'm not 25,000. I'm suing for $500,000. Will I get that? I don't know. But all of this stress, all of this bullshit, autism and preferential treatment that goes on here in Town Hill residents is unacceptable. Of her telling me that, oh, we have chosen to, we're still undecided on accepting the vouchers or not. You weren't undecided when you kicked Ty in them out. You weren't undecided when you kicked Denise out. You wasn't undecided then. You wasn't undecided when you kicked Gabrielle Snowden out. You wasn't undecided. Told them they have to leave. Not accepting Section 8 from anyone. We have Jamie saying that, and we saying that on camera. And then on Thursday or Friday of this week, she sends me an email talking about they're still undecided if they're going to be accepting the voucher. But you were not undecided when you made these families homeless. You weren't undecided then, but now you're undecided now. And I really hope that we get a fair, because I'm going to be real. If we do get evicted, right? Like, let's just say, because I have literally no faith in the justice system whatsoever. But if we do get evicted and then the charges, the fake ass charges that she put on me ends up getting dropped, because I know that they will, because I did not harass her. I posted everything publicly on social media, which is not, if they wanted that person out before they get the police report, and incident reports are public records. So you cannot go to jail. You're not supposed to go to jail for reading a police report because it's public record. I've already talked to a lawyer. That's what the lawyer told me. So if we end up getting, I guess, quote unquote, evicted for charges that have been dropped, I'm definitely going to figure out a way to either sue the city or sue them again, because an eviction lasts 7 years on your record. It does not go away. No one will rent to you. We will lose our housing voucher. So we will no longer even be qualified for any help whatsoever when it comes to rental help. And it was already hard getting the voucher, and it's already extremely, almost near impossible to find someone who accepts the voucher. So yeah, I'm definitely, if I get an eviction on my record, I am definitely suing for $500,000. Because in that way, I won't need to have to rent or ask someone, hey, can you run my credit and make sure I don't have any past evictions or anything in order to rent, because I'll be having $500,000 where I can just go buy my own house. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just letting this be known. I'm a very open and honest person. I do not lie. I want to know where the fuck is her son's eviction notice? Where the fuck is Joe Steep's eviction notice? Where the fuck is Mason's eviction notice? Flicking us off, all this other stuff. Where are their eviction notices? Because I don't see them at all having to go to court for anything that they have done, including destruction of property and the fear and safety of the life and property of other tenants. So with that being said, I'm going to cut this video short because I have to go brush my teeth and get ready. And yeah, I just want to keep y'all updated. I have been still focusing on my weight loss, but stuff has been going on, so I'm more focused on courts and legal stuff, which I wish I didn't have to do. But at the end of the day, this is the type of stuff you go through when you try to have someone right their wrongs and they refuse to right them. And yes, the same guy who tried to attack me in the middle of the street, I have at Jamie's house eating crab legs with her biological family, Haley, Brady, Mason, all who happen to also rent here because the property manager's their mom. So No, we're gonna release all the footage in court. We're not just gonna sit there and just let you do what you do. There's no way. And law is law. Nobody is above the law. So if I get evicted, then your son and both of your son's girlfriends, Donna, and everybody else should be evicted as well. Because they did way worse behavior than I have ever done. I've never set fire to people's trash can, cut their AC cords, passed weapons back and forth, tried to fight anyone here at all. I've never even been on other people's property, let alone tried to attack them, let alone knock on an old person's door and flick them off and tell them to shove shit up their ass, all kinds of shit. And then they're such liars, they'll sit there and say, you'll have them on camera and they'll still sit there and say, oh, that's not me. So I really hope you think the judge is going to believe that that's not y'all on camera. I really do. So with that being said, peace.